We are back. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Got a couple of ideas about some things that I wanted to talk about today. And I think we are going to get into some topics that are kind of intriguing, to say the least. I think right now in the world, civil war is kind of like on the tip of everyone's tongue, and I don't like that. And I don't like the fact that they're pushing us towards these things. It's not a popular vote. It's if you go around and you walk around any town that you're in, people aren't like that. They're not just going to be like, "Oh, hey, you." That's just not how it is. And if you go on any media platform, you go on any, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, you can go into Instagram, Facebook, any of these, you're going to see nothing but videos that are pushing you towards hating each other. And it's driving me nuts because that's, yeah, we have some bad stuff and people make mistakes and things are going awful. The world is, in a bad place. It really is in a bad place. But to say that we're ready for a civil war is just ridiculous. And I feel like I needed to come out and say something about it because people aren't really understanding how media plays a big part in what you think and what you say to one another. If you see something in a movie, most times people emulate it. They want to try to be just like that. And I just think that the media is really pushing us towards a civil war. And I don't understand why they're trying to do that, but they really are. I mean, if you like coffee, they'll be like, no, you got to drink water. I mean, everything is one way or the other. It's as soon as you like one thing, you got to like the other. I like Pepsi. No, you got to like Coke. Oh, it's Civil War. Like it is getting to the point where every little thing is just ticking people off, and they're upset, and rightly so. I mean, everybody's doing stupid stuff, and it's not one-sided or the other. I mean, everybody is fed up. Everybody is trying to make their own way through this world, and it's not easy. And people are just pushing it out there like you need to have this perfect life, this perfect little goal that you need to have. And like, I'm 43, and I promise you, I still haven't found the perfect goal for myself yet. I'm working on it. I would like to think that I'm on a better path than I was 10 years ago, because I'm not in a race with anybody else. Let's say that first and foremost. I'm trying to better myself than what I was yesterday. So if I can beat what I was yesterday, I'm on top of the game. I feel great. But they say, what is the words? It is comparison is the thief of joy. So if you compare yourself to another person and where another person's at in life, because you're not making $1 million or because you don't have $100,000 speedboat, your neighbor's doing this or that. You can't compare yourself to these other people who have set different goals for themselves and just expect that you're going to match what they're doing. That's not how the world works. And for years, I was plagued with that because I was like, oh, how's this guy got this? And I don't have that. Like, what can I do to better myself to get that? And I racked my brain on why I wasn't able to accomplish the things that this dude has. And it's not that I wasn't able to get the same things that he was. I just wasn't on the same path as this person was. And I never would be. I mean, I could make myself go crazy trying to think of what I could do to better myself, and it wouldn't have nothing to do with that. It's just the stars didn't align in the same way as this person. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And I feel like when we take this into ourselves and we think, oh, I'm jealous because this person has this or this person has this, that makes us feel not it makes us feel awful, to be honest, that we're not ready to embrace the things that we should be achieving or receiving. And I think right now we're seeing a big push in people who are starting to do better. And instead of embracing that and saying, man, congratulations to that person for doing really good, we have a lot of people who just have hate in their heart and they don't want to see that person doing good. So you get these people who are out for the first time in their lives, they're getting money and they're going out buying these really expensive cars and they're driving them like idiots. I'm just going to be honest with you. And people are seeing that and they're just instantly hating on these people. And you're seeing these car shows. People are show up to these car shows and it'll be like hundreds of people, nice cars all around. And by the end of the night, somebody's getting shot or ran over or police break it up. And it's just an awful sight. And when we were kids, we had the crews. We had, like, guys would come through with their nice cars and they would just go in a nice line and they'd show everybody, what they had. Man, it was nice. Those were good times, but they didn't necessarily end in a fatal shooting. It's not that the times are different. I mean, I know a lot of people like to say that, like, oh, the times are different and just people are different. And I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think society is being played on both sides, and the media is trying to portray us as being less than what we are. And I think that we need to push back, but unfortunately Hollywood, censorship, the people who really should be teaching America aren't able to teach America. Like, the people who should be leaders are getting their money and they're just getting out of the way. They're not coming back and trying to help anybody. They're not going out of their way to be like, hey, this is how you can make money as well. And even if they did, we're at a point where I don't think anybody would really trust them. Like, I mean, as soon as somebody makes money and they're like, oh, dude, I made money this way, everybody will be just like, yeah, Ponzi scheme. Nah, not buying it. Like, nobody's going to listen to you. It doesn't matter. So I think the only way that I can see around this is to form little think tanks. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. If you have an idea on what would make the world start to take notice of what you can accomplish and to try to do something better for the world, please put that in the comments. Like, give me a suggestion. I mean, it could be as simple as just, hey, we need to talk to each other. Let's start little groups where we can, like, have these open conversations on how we can make it a better place. Little things equate to big things. And right now, the push is horrible to try to get us to fight each other. I mean, it's awful. They've got these new movies and shows. I'm going to show you a clip right now. These videos are just demonstrating what I'm talking about. I mean, and I've heard stories that this is a really good movie. I mean, movies back a while back were more to entertain you. And now it doesn't seem like it's trying to entertain you. It's trying to, like, pollute whatever the entertainment is. They're trying to put agendas into the entertainment. And I don't think it's, I'm not going to say that that's 100% the problem, but I will say that, if you have enough people who come back from a movie and they're like, oh, I've seen it in this movie, so it has to be true. I mean, it's got to be breaking up, around the world. It's got to be doing this. This is going to be the next big thing. I don't think that that's what's going to happen. But you have a lot of people who, they see the internet the same way. They see a video or they see something going on, and the way that the media portrays it out there, it has to be true, right? Like, you've seen it on the internet. It has to be 100% true. It could never be, fake. No, we don't. What is that? And I just think people need to be more aware that these things are out there and they're trying to shift your ideas. So when you see these, I want to say anything that pits you against your neighbor you should take that as a something is wrong and that it's not what it's meant. This is not how it's meant to be, and this is somebody trying to steer you towards hating somebody else. So a lot of times I'm seeing these videos nowadays that are showing like people walking out of the stores stealing, and these are awful. I don't care where you stand on this. This is awful. And we need more leaders to step up and be like, this is stupid. Please stop this, And if you see a guy who's just stealing a TV or going into a store to just be an asshole, you can step up and say something. I mean, this is you're allowed to say something. I mean, you don't necessarily have to get yourself shot, but you can say something at the least. Show that you're disgruntled, but at a point where you're staying safe. I don't want you to go out of your way to like tackle a guy because he's stealing a 50-inch. Like, this is not important stuff. I mean, it's important to the store, but that store has a lot of other things that it needs to take care of. I mean, one, the store should have security. The security should be able to do stuff. I mean, they've got insurance. The insurance should pay for all of this. These are all topics that need to be discussed in a different way, and that's definitely on a different video. But we need leaders to live right now. We need leaders to stand up and say, hey, what you're doing is not correct. Let's get money this way. Or let's go out and, join together today. We build a house and we sell this house and we make this much money and we split it together. This is how we should be making money, and we should be doing it as a group, not like this. And I've been saying this for years, but it's hard to get 10 people to order a pizza together and the pizza's going to taste like crap. I mean, it's just, sometimes it does that. So we need leaders to say, hey, look, there's 10 of us. We need to order just a simple, whatever the easiest one is that everybody can enjoy together. And sometimes that's the best way to get into this. But again, I digress. That's just a little tangent that I'm on. I'm really frustrated at seeing all these clips that are just disturbing clips. That's just showing us just how crappy we're being towards each other. And like I said, I'm guilty of it too. I've been a horrible person, in my lifetime, and I'm trying my best to like change the person that I am today and to be a better person. And it takes knowledge, and it also takes, mistakes. Mistakes happen, and you trying to course correct and make it better is a good thing. And if you can teach someone else the same thing that you might have fallen into, that's fantastic. I'm not going to say that that's always going to happen like that, and I'm not going to try to pretend that everything's going to be peaches. But we're not at a civil war, and I hate that we're seeing these people really trying to push this agenda that we are, and we're not. So this clip that I'm going to show you is it is towards this movie that's coming out, and like I said, this is just one of the videos I wanted to talk about. I really wanted to get some comments on this, and maybe do a complete podcast where I have a guest and we start to talk about these types of things. But that'll be later in the future. If you want to be a guest and you want to be on the podcast, just send me an email. You can go on my YouTube channel and you can see how to contact me, and just little stuff like this movie. Let me click this over for you. It should, by all means, this should be talked about, and people need to know that this type of movie is out there, and it's promoting hate, and it's yeah, it's entertainment and it's a movie, but this is like, you don't need to make your money like this by pushing people towards a war. And I'm not understanding why people would even want to emulate Civil War, because this is like, if people knew their history, Civil War was fucking awful. Like, there's nothing joyous or entertaining about Civil War. Like, I don't get where people are happy about that. But again, I digress. I'll just play this clip and let you guys take it from there.
All across America, critics are raving about the movie event of the year.
It is American. 100%. That's what I'm talking about.
Cool.
On the DC.
Are you serious? United States have vaporized. They do this on site in the Capitol.
I've never been scared like that before, and I've never felt more alive.
Holy fucking shit!
You watch. As soon as DC falls, they'll turn on each other.
Whatever happens, we don't quit.
Oh my God.
You don't want to miss this.
God bless America.
Civil War, rated R. Get tickets now.
This is what I'm talking about. Look, I'm not gonna make excuses for people. This is kind of disgusting to be. I mean, we're at a point where, everybody's so upset over little stuff and transgressions and, microaggressions where people are just being assholes just to be assholes. I mean, you look at, I really think, the whole George Floyd thing that happened, I won't even say thing, a man was murdered. And I know a lot of people don't really want to talk about that, and they're all, boo. Like, people get upset when you talk about this because they want to say, oh, he had drugs in his system and that's what killed him. And if you have a knee on your neck for quite a long time, I'm pretty sure you're going to die too. I don't care what drugs you have in your system. You could have Tylenol. You could have gummy bears. I don't care. I promise you, I put my knee on your neck for, a good 5-7 minutes. Unless you're an Olympic swimmer who can hold their breath for a really long time, you're going to have a little bit of issues. And there's a lot of people doing this. I mean, if you go to other countries and you look at other countries, the way that they police a person, multiple people will come together and they will just tackle the person, but it doesn't really require a knee on the neck. And I understand that we live in a different dangerous time and police have to be extra careful. But that's why you have vests and that's why you have gear that's tactically used for warfare. You should be suited and booted. And I understand that there is a chance that you can get injured or killed in the line of duty because there's some idiots out there. I get that. But this is why you have proper backup, and this is why you have more things that can come together to make these things safer for people to go home to their families later. And I get that there's a big community that doesn't want to hear the truth on this, but when a group of people came together to make to make a stand against what they thought was wrong. And instead of people listening to them and hearing the voices of the people saying, hey, this has happened to me too, you had a small group who wanted to just make fun of them. And then they came out with, instead of, Black Lives Matter, there was Blue Lives Matter, where they wanted to like one up the other one. I don't understand the concept or why anyone thought that was okay, but here we are. Stuff happens. And this is like what I'm talking about. This is the type of stuff that causes people to split and to diverge into multiple paths where if you agree with a group that's fed up of, injustice, you're considered scum. And if you agree with the police and their procedures on how they help people, you're scum. Like this, you have no winning side here. Like it divides us into different things. And instead of instead of the leaders taking a leadership stance and saying this is where we need to come together, a person died and maybe we could, talk about this. We didn't get that. We got riots, which caused more chaos, which caused more people to get hurt, which instead turned things violent. Instead of the police being looked at as the heroes that they can be, which not all of them are. I mean, just like all firefighters, not all firefighters are good. Not all paramedics are good. Not all judges are good. Not all people are good. People in general. So let's just say it like that. But if you look at the majority of the people who are working these jobs, they want to help. They want to. That's why they're at the job that they're in. You have good people who are trying to make a difference, who are getting tired and frustrated of the way things are going. And instead of people working together to make this better, we've got people who downsize them and criticize them and let's defund them and that's not going to help anything. That's just making things worse. And instead of people coming together and saying, hey, look, we had a person who's dead, who's not coming back. This should be the main point of this. The other officer, yes, he might face jail time or something might go on, but he's still here. He still gets another chance to breathe and to do different things. The main point is that a person passed away. And I don't care what you think about that. I don't care where your stance is on that. A person passed away. We're at a point where, are we going to make this worse? And if you're trying to make this worse, shame on you. What is your problem? That doesn't make any sense. So instead of trying to make something better, you're trying to antagonize people into let's make a joke about it. It's not jokey time. This is not funny. It's not good to do this to people. I don't understand who's pushing the agendas for these wars and for let's go kill a whole bunch of people, and none of this makes any sense. We've got schools that are going crazy right now, where you have police officers having to basically pepper spray and tackle the future leaders of our world right now are being tricked on the front lines of their schools. School should be the one place where you should be able to learn the things that you need to become the better person that we need for the future. But instead, schools are being shot up. Schools are being targeted. Schools are being bombarded by political assholes who have nothing but more money than they've got time. And they just want to see things their way. So they're paying all of these people to go out and protest for stupid stuff that they don't even know about. You've got these young people who have no clue what they're chanting or what they're trying to join up with, because that's the way that the media portrays things right now. So to the people who have lost someone in recent years, I feel for you and I understand the pain that you're going through. That person isn't coming back, and we should be there to help you through this. And that should be something that should take precedent. I understand that to the police who are working the job, not all of you are the same. Not all of you are bad people. And to those people, I salute you that are doing good, that are trying to help people. You guys are noticed, and we care about what's going on. On all sides, things are difficult. And I don't think this is going to be something easy that people can just, especially me, some guy in a room talking in a microphone isn't going to change the world overnight. But as a group of people who listen to this, who can hear, what we need is leaders. If you have the ability to just speak your mind and to tell somebody that this is not right what we're doing, this is not right what these people are doing, and to look at the people around you, and if you see this stuff, say something about it. Like, this is stupid. Don't embrace it. Don't make this worse. Like, we don't need more people trying to put divides on us. I mean, I seen a video the other day of a group of people going into a store, and they were just robbing the store, and I had already seen 15 videos before it, and it broke my heart because all I could think to myself is, please don't let this be a black man. Like, because I'm tired of it. As a black man, I'm literally tired of seeing these videos. And when it wasn't, and it was like, it was just a group of white dudes going in, just stealing some stuff. In my head, I was like, thank God. Like, that's awful. That's where we're at in the media's portrayal of what we see every day. You have no way to get around it. You see these videos, they affect you. You're going to get upset. And I think everyone shares in the same feeling that you're just getting tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. And I'm tired of nobody standing up and saying that what we're seeing is wrong. Instead, they're just like, don't bother this person. Don't bother this person. Yeah, they're stealing. Just leave them alone. Like, if you're stealing food because you're starving, I'm going to leave you alone. I'm not going to say a damn thing. I didn't see anything. This person's stealing to feed his family? Psh, I didn't see nothing. As a matter of fact, here's a 20 as you going out the door. I'm going to try to give you something for your food. If you're stealing a 50-inch TV, come on, man. This is getting stupid. Like, this is what's getting other people killed because of the actions of some other idiot that's walking out with a 50-inch in their arms and nobody's saying anything to them. They think that they're getting away scot-free and that, this is free lick time. We're just going to get some money right now off this 50. I'm going to go over here and do this and this. Nah. What you just did was you set the next idiot up that comes into the door on anything. They could just literally be shopping, but now they're going to get stared at all the way through the store, which it probably already was because, I mean, let's just face it, this has been happening for a long time. Profiling is a thing, and it does happen, and we're not going to, like, pretend that it doesn't happen. I've walked into many stores and just been stared at the entire time as I go around the store. It does happen. But just because it happens doesn't mean you have to dictate your whole life around it and be like, oh, okay, well, this person's racist because they're looking at me like that. No, I mean, I have walked into stores and had people chase me around like as if I'm going to steal something. The fact of the matter was I wasn't going to steal anything. So I don't care if they chase me around the store. It is what it is. Don't add to the fuel to the fire is what I'm saying, basically. Like, we're at a point where if you can't get the message out, like, hey, man, it's just like, can we go figure something else out on how to make money? Is there anything else we can do together as a team? Like, and not just go rob a bank like what those one guys did where they busted out the side of the wall. That's on another video we're going to talk about. That was actually that was some Oceans 50. I don't know. That was something different. But to make lighter note of everything, I just think as a group, as a people, as a community, as a tribe, we need to come together and just put a stop to the dumb stuff that's going on right now. And instead, we've got a lot of people kind of making light of the situation. And I think comedy and making, a joke of things is fine. But, like, at the same time, we need to be trying to make steps on trying to change it and to better it. Because at the end of the day, you've got idiots that are pushing these videos and these movies like this clip. I mean, they're wanting a civil war. And if we're not careful, we're going to give these people exactly what they want. And that's not going to help anybody. I mean, that's an awful, awful point of view to be at. And I hope that doesn't happen or, yeah. Needless to say, we got to take care of each other. We got, and no matter what you say, I mean, there is no enemy. The only enemy is ourselves. We just got to be better than what we were yesterday. And if you know something now by hearing this, you know that this is what we need. We need people to stand up and say, hey, we need to do better. That's all I got for you. All right. Until next time, I hope you guys, help each other out. Don't let people dictate how we live. And we're not ready for civil war. We don't want it. And it's not something that I want to see happen. So until next time. Later, guys.